as the title may show, I don't know what the title shows. Maybe it shows something dramatic. Maybe I'm overly dramatic clickbaiting you guys. I got 4 days till TX2K right now, and I have a motor that looks like this, and obviously a car that looks similar. And back there, you can see there's a transmission. So obviously the car's pretty apart. Motor's back from induction performance. Fast Forward Race Engines went through it. They got it all going good. Everything's looking nice. We put a new cylinder head on it, and it should be a little bit better. The old cylinder head was a little worn out. Yeah, so they went through the bottom end, made sure everything was good, and it's looking pretty nice. So now the fun part of installing it. Yes, it sounds easy when you just say you're just installing a part, but it is a pretty significant part. So I'm already running into a couple issues. One of them being my exhaust manifold bolts. I'm missing 2, so that's unfortunate. And I gotta cut a couple. There's a little bit of drama with the exhaust manifold already on my part. No one else even knows about this at all. Only me, which is funny. But yeah, so I guess I gotta just put this thing down. I'm gonna put it on that there tire and then just start going through everything I need to do. So you guys know, before I put it in, I put the intake manifold on, the exhaust manifold on, the turbo on, the starter, the fuel pump. What else do I put on there? I put the alternator on, I put fuel rails on, all kinds of good stuff I put on before it even goes in the car, and then put it in the car with all that stuff on. So first step, lower it down, pull out my chair, get some tools out, and just kind of go to work. I try not to rush this. I try to take my time. I've done this before. You just do one thing at a time. You don't start to get ahead of yourself, and it should go together pretty easily. So, yay. Well, the intake and exhaust manifold are on, so now I just have to swing it into the car and put the rest on. Sometimes I dress it a little more than this, but I think I'm gonna try to dress it down a little bit and put more on it in the car. Just might be a little bit more straightforward. Try to get the low stuff on early, and like the hard stuff like this extremely difficult to get on in the car, I'd imagine. I've never tried it, but it doesn't seem fun. Sometimes you gotta get innovative to get your bottom motor plate bolts in. So I got this here 2x4, trying to line up these bolt holes right here. You know, you could do it from up top before you undo the engine hoist, but you can use the engine hoist in reverse. I don't think that's reverse technically, but it's using an engine hoist in a different way than it's intended. So then you gotta get those 2 in. I got the 2 front in, and then I dropped it down all the way, cranked up the car, and then you do this. Never tried this before, but it does work, clearly. I just need 2 hands to do it. Okay, so it is currently 10:30 in the morning. The engine is in, bolted up, turbo kind of on, exhaust kind of on, fuel system pretty much all the way on. Just need to tighten everything. Trans needs to go in. The rest of the turbo stuff needs to go on and wire it up, fluids and spark plugs, oil, fluids. That's pretty much it, and then we can hopefully try to start it. So not crazy amount left, but trying to get it done by like 3 or 4 o'clock today. So I got a few hours to get this thing rolling, and we should be able to go. My hair is looking, it's hairing today. Bronte was already making fun of me. The tables are looking rough. All the flat surfaces are used. I haven't used over there yet, so let's start on that. Bronte and Kiddo, and I'm just kind of sweating through this, working away. It's one of the hottest days in Florida this year. Probably the hottest day this year in
that
2024.
We've had so far, yeah.
Yeah, so
it says it's going to be 86 degrees.
That's
today.
unfortunate. But I got the trans in, I got the drive shaft in, motors in, all that fun stuff. Just trying to get rid of as many, you know, bags of bolts as possible. That's kind of the name of the game, you know. You start with 50 bags of bolts and you end up with, you know, 1 or 2 extra because you forget where they go. Yeah, so dogs are being annoying. That's a thing. Really, get away from the
CJ's
trans
here,
food.
checking out the
CJ's
Camaro.
here. He's watching. Hopefully nothing falls on him.
Yeah, maybe I should not.
The dogs from in the building.
Oh. That one just made it.
I know. The other one you can see it was like maybe 8 inches shy. Really?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
What's going on?
Well, maybe there was a mosquito by him. I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think he saw it. I think you could see a mosquito.
Well, no, if it was getting him.
I don't think I was getting him. They're going for that sweet child blood, that adrenochrome. Alright, well, I'm gonna keep on working here. I don't know what to do.
Mosquito or no, there's just stuff.
I'm at one of
in
those
there.
points where I'm like, what's next?
Alright. Keep going. Got this.
Alright, so everything's hooked up. I'm trying something different with the catch can line, so don't mind those. Just a test to see how that works, and then I can clean them up from there. But everything's on, everything's hooked up, fuel, everything but some vacuum lines, which aren't needed unless we're making boost. Just to see, you know, how, you know, make sure it starts and idles before I worry about that. I got oil, trans fluid, all that good stuff. So let's see. I just checked fuel pressure and no leaks from what I saw. So that's a good start. But let's see if it starts up. Put it in park. The battery needs to be charged. Good. Get in. We have oil pressure. Nothing's leaking. Sorry, neighbors. Alpha's got to test the trans brake. So it's 8 o'clock at night. Alpha's on the laptop, and he's got to check the trans brake. He was giving me shit about my my radiator being all gunked up, I guess you could say. It's not good. Got a lot of junk in there. Not junk, but like rust and oxidation. I don't run distilled water, just water that I get from anywhere. Anywhere you get it. I do have a fan blowing the exhaust out, hopefully. That got up really fast. All right, waste the nitrous. Yeah. Successful two-step tuning. Now time to change the oil and bring it to the track tomorrow, put the belly pan on. I still have a few things left to do, unfortunately. It ain't over yet. Alf, are you gonna come help me change the oil tomorrow too?
Absolutely.
Be here around 3 o'clock and change the oil, load it up, go to the track, then to TX2K. All right, well, as far as here, we're at Bradenton. I got my wristband, idling, getting warm. I gotta put some fuel in it, ice, and just check over it a little bit more. But other than that, you know, the typical stuff. Nitrous needs to be warm, CO2 on, and we are freaking good to roll. Tire pressure too, so normal race stuff. I'm gonna get back into race brain a little bit here. It's been a while since I've been in race brain. I've been in Bogetti Studios podcast brain a lot. So shout out to Bogetti Studios if you guys listen. All right, so we made 3 passes. First pass, 60 foot was a 123 or 122, so not great. It went 5-2 in the 8th at 134. I kind of pedaled it on the leave and I short shifted it a little bit, just a little rusty. I didn't really pedal it. I just kind of like chicken footed it, got off the gas, got back on, you know, kind of like whoop, whoop, off the gas, back on, blipped the throttle. Nothing crazy, but that was before the 60 foot cone, so 60 foot was a little down, 330 was obviously down, 8th mile, 5-2 at 134, but I was only running it to the 8th. I just wanted a little bit of data, nothing crazy, just kind of nice and light to start us back off. Second pass, a little bit better. It went 518, but the nitrous was low, so it's 60 footed a little less. It went 128 to the 60 foot, not great. 137 mile an hour out the back, so that was a lot better. It's still just an 8th mile hit. Went 8.4, and we didn't really change much on the tune-up. We just wanted to see what it did again, and I didn't short shift it, so that's where that mile an hour and ET came from. But the nitrous being low and not changing anything on the tune-up, that was our issue. And we didn't change anything on the tune-up accidentally. It did not load into the ECU. Oops, you know, that almost never happens. I've never not had the tune file flash correctly into the ECU, but no big deal. Made another pass. Didn't short shift it, so I short shifted it a little bit. I shifted at 8,300. I want to shift at 8,900 or 8,800. So the first pass I shifted at like 7,800. So short shifted it a lot on the first pass, a little bit less on the second pass, and hopefully, you know, going forward I can be a little bit better at it. I'm usually pretty good. I'm usually right on the money, but like I said, I'm a little rusty. then the last pass, as you guys can see here, spun the tires. You know, it started to get into a wheelie, spun the tires. There was a little bit of back and forth between me and Alpha whether it got into a wheelie and I lifted, causing the car to unsettle, and then it spun the tires, or if it started to wheelie, then spun the tires, then I lifted. Kind of hard to tell exactly on the data because we don't have some data points that would help show us. So I was trying to kill the tree a little bit on that last one, so I went 067, which is pretty good for me. Like I said, a little rusty, but 067 is good. It doesn't start with a 1. My reaction time, it does not start with a 1. It starts with a 0, so I was proud of that. But otherwise, 3 decent test hits. It was the end of the night. It was like 10:30 at night. Track closed at 11. I was one of the last cars in the lanes, so they really didn't spray any prep or anything. I didn't have anybody to line me up to show me exactly where to go, if I was in a bald spot or not. So understandably, it spun. It was a street heat, so it's a street car night. I was one of the few radial tire cars there, so didn't expect anything fantastic for prep, but it was good enough. I probably could have gotten down if I was in a better spot, but again, it being the end of the night, they didn't spray any prep, so I get it. I get it. What are you doing over here? Yep, so with those 3, pretty confident in the car. We got a lot of good data. We learned a bunch of things. I think that last pass would have went down earlier in the day. That same tune-up would have worked. I don't think that wheelie would have carried. I'll kind of show you, maybe slow it down. I don't think it would have carried the wheels much farther than that. I think it would have just kind of set them down like I've done it, 100 times. But otherwise, that's about it. So those are my 3 passes for the night. Just an FYI, if you guys don't tow trailers a lot, before you start backing out, put the ramps away. That's a helpful tip from Cooper. Also, I should put my parachute pin in. Just FYI, you don't have to. You could probably do it without doing that. You could probably back out and drive home without putting the ramps away, but they're not cheap ramps, so I would recommend it. Put my pin in. Fun fact about this pin that I like to tell people about. Removed before a flight was removed from a missile and never put back on. Cool deal given to me by a friend. Insane amount of traffic leaving Bradenton and Freedom Factory right now. There's huge amounts of cars back there. There is huge amounts of cars back there. Sold out house. And then we got this one little exit road. Very tiny. Also, huge shout out to Alpha. He just came down both nights in a row to help me dial in the car. Last night to help make sure the tune was good and the two-step was good. And then I told him I was going to the track. And normally I can send him logs back and forth. He said, okay, I'll see you at the track. What time? I said 5:30. Boom. 5:30. There he is. Unreal. Unreal customer service. He is just the man. Alpha. Cannot say enough good things about his tuning and his support. It's unreal. It's 24/7 tuning support. I don't understand that. It doesn't make physical sense that it's a one-person show and there's 24/7 support. Make that make sense. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just finishing up this video here. It's been a hectic couple days, getting ready for races, getting the car ready, hanging out with CJ. Oh no. Obviously I've been a little quiet on this channel, but if you want to see me more, I'm on my podcast channel, Bugatti Studios. There's plenty of content there. I'm posting all the time. This channel I'm kind of reserving for just some fun and racing and trying to be a little different here. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh no. But the car is ready to go. We got some racing coming up. The reunion in Bradenton is going to be an awesome one. I highly recommend checking that out. But that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time.